Welcome once again to Ray's Corner. Just want to share a few things with you today. Let me talk about developing political awareness. I'm going to be sharing with you out of the Black Male Handbook by Kevin Powell. Just want to share a few things with you. In the background, I got Seasons by Donald Lawrence. Because it's a new season, you know. You always hear that in the church and all that. But I'm talking about a new season of change in our community and with creating wealth, with changing our mindset, with changing our thinking. So when you were talking about developing political awareness, you know, let me read this to you. And I'm going to read some things to you, then I'm going to expound on it. And I pray that you share this and see how we go. Developing political awareness, because, you know, politics is something, but it's something that we have to be aware of. We got to understand without economical power, politics really means nothing to our black culture. You can vote until Jesus comes or whoever you want to, and it won't serve no purpose at all, because without any economical power, your vote is like meaningless. It's almost like a person who comes out of prison with a felon that can't vote. Why would a politician worry about a person who can't vote and care about what their needs are? It don't make no sense. They're not going to do it. So if you don't have economical power to sway policy, then guess what? Then they really don't have nothing to say to you. There's nothing you really can do, you know? So the vote can mean something once we become economically empowered, once we empower our community, once we tap into that $1.4 trillion wealth that we're generating, to have an economical power that will buy, right? Will buy policies, you know, that'll make them look at us totally different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying voting don't work. I'm saying it don't work without economical power. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying our people didn't die that we may vote, that, you know, that we just don't do it. I'm saying we need to do it with economical power attached to it. Then it'll serve a more meaningful purpose in our life, in our culture, where we can create our own in our communities, where we can then at that time create policy for our cities, for our neighborhoods, Let's kill neighborhoods, for our communities. You know, we can dictate policy, okay, where we can dictate our curriculum in our educational system, because now our vote means something because there's something attached to our vote. Okay, so developing political awareness. So let me talk about this, and I'm talking to our young black people, our young black men, because this is a black handbook, right? So let me turn that down just a little. So it's time to walk into your season, and the season is to get an understanding, to get knowledge, right? So here we go. Young men and women who have been creating motivation in their local communities, and even those suffering from the oppression of a socially driven society by white racism, many of these young men and women, hear me out, regardless of circumstances, truly are the best. Listen, hear what I'm saying, young men and young women. This is for you, you know. No matter what's going on, no matter how oppressed, no matter how many times they pull you over, no matter how many times they're taking you out of cars and they're killing you, no matter how many times they're snatching you and giving you a bad education system, you still are the best. The reason why they're coming at you so hard, because they're afraid of your gift and potential, the potential that you have, that I'm trying to tell you. Once you get that potential, tap into that potential and that purpose and plan that God has for you, then you are a powerful force. But even with none of that, you still are the best. So let me share this with you. Being the best, I'm going to tell you why. Listen to me. I need y'all older folks, share this with our young people. And this goes for the older folks too, but our young people, 30 and under. Listen, 30, 40 and under. Young folks. Being the best means that something we do is worthy to be shared with somebody else. I'm going to say that again. Being the best means that something we do is worthy to be shared with someone else. See, that's what being the best is. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're creating, is worthy, is worth sharing with someone else. You got to understand about wealth. To create wealth, the first thing is knowledge, and number 3 is giving. So what you do, watch this, giving, and then number 2 is, watch this, it helps enhance the life of somebody else. Wow. So that means what you create, right? Because you're the best, is to share with other people that it may strengthen, it will build up and strengthen and create wealth, not just wealth, but create integrity and moral support for other people. Watch this. It means that the model that we are using can be taken and implemented for whatever institution, family, or program that needs it most. So that means whatever you create, hear what I'm saying? Whatever you create, okay, it can be used or it can be implemented in institutions. That means it can be implemented in schools, in jobs, in work programs, in reading programs. It can be implemented in jailhouses, in hospitals, okay? It can be implemented in institute. It can be implemented in families. It can work. Well, look, the thing that you create, it can be applied in families that families will grow. It can be applied in programs, job readiness, life skill programs, these programs for women, women with children. It can be implemented. Wherever is needed the most, that's where you can use it. And it's going to work. It's going to work. Watch this. All too often, we hear a lot of rhetoric about what should be done practically or theoretically, but we don't necessarily see a demonstration of actual work that has helped our communities. We have these meetings, we have these workshops, we have these summits, and we come up with practical ideas. We come up with ideas that's theoretical, but it never transcends into reality, into our communities. Watch this. It never helps our communities. Watch this. It has changed lives, has affected watch this. When you do something, that thing that you created, it'll change lives, right? It'll what? The retention rate of whatever you seed into or whatever you build into will go up. The graduation rate will grow up. Many young men on campuses in the community will become more successful, not as students, but as men and women. So that's what's special about you, because you're the best. So the model, the plan, the idea that you start putting in the purpose, put in play. Your purpose and plan is an idea that you create, that will be implemented here on earth where it's needed the most. Are you with me? So we're going to break down best. And I'm just going to deal with B today. And I might get to E later on tonight. I want to see how many people share this and see how we can pass this on, because this is some important stuff. Because like I said, we're listening to the song by Don Lawrence, Season. And you're always talking about it's a new season. It's a new season. It's a new season. But we don't have the solution. We're not giving people the solution. When we go to church, we give them a word and we give them the word. But how can this word affect my day-to-day living? We are the solution. We have to start giving people solutions, not just giving them a word that makes them feel good, not just giving them some practical or some theoretical theories. We need to give them something that works, that you will see the manifestation of it in your communities, in your families, in your institutions, in your programs, that you can tangibly touch this thing. And it moves people into their greatness. It moves people into it moves people into the purpose and plan that God has for them. Watch this. B. The first thing we got to deal with is B. Watch this. We've got to blow up some things. We got to blow up some notions, some traditions, some ideologies, some things. Watch this. We have to blow up some things that we've been believing for years. It has been embedded in us. It ain't been working. It didn't work back then. It ain't working now, and it ain't gonna work in the future. We have to blow some things up out of our thinking, out of our behavior. We gotta watch this. We gotta blow it out of our mind. Too many of us deal with the fact that there are so many things wrong with African American men. Watch this. We always talking about there's something wrong with African American men. Watch this. I'm talking about blowing something out of your mind. We got to blow out the fact that we always think there's so many things wrong with African American men. So many things wrong with African American. But watch this. But we don't highlight the things that are good about them. We don't highlight the things that are right about African American men. We don't highlight that, but we always talking about what's bad. And watch this. And we got to blow that thinking out of our thinking. We got to blow that up. We got to change our mindset. When you talk about blowing something up, we have to totally destroy the fact that, it's always something wrong with African American men. We got to blow up the stereotypes about African American men. That we don't want to work, and we don't want to be fathers, and we don't want to do this, and we just want to get high, and we want to sit around, and we want to get free money, and we don't work hard. All those are stereotypical views that we have to blow up out of our personal mind. It don't matter what anybody other culture thinks about. We have to blow it up out of our mind and out of our thinking. Men, women, children, mothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, nieces, nephews, who's listening under the sound of my voice. It has to be blown out of our thinking. We also, watch this, got to blow up the mindset that we are competing against one another to do things that in many cases we need to be working together to do. Instead of we competing with each other about something that we really should be working together to achieve the common goal. We got to blow that out of our mindset. We always saying, we always working against each other. We got to take that out of our thinking. We got to take that out of our behavior. We got to blow it out. It's a new season to think about a new way. Because what it does is it keeps us from being unified. It keeps us from working together because we always think if we competing, they're always saying black people compete with each other and they can't get it right. We got to take that out of our thinking right now. We got to change the way we think. We got to blow it out. We got to blow it up out of our mind. Watch this. We need to blow up the mindset that we are crabs in a barrel. And I told you about this, sometimes before on Ray's Corner. We always talk about we crabs in a barrel. And I keep telling you, but who made the barrel? We never made the barrel. But watch this. I'm going to give you something so powerful that my brother Kevin Powell is talking about. I tell all men, y'all need to get that book, The Black Male Handbook. It's powerful. But watch this. Watch this about crabs in the barrel. Even if we are crabs in a barrel, watch this. That's why I'm saying we got to change our thinking. We got to blow out this crabs in the barrel that we pulling each other down. Watch this. Watch this. We need to blow up the mindset that we are crabs in the barrel. When you keep talking about the crab in the barrel, oftentimes you become the crab. I'm going to say that again. When you keep talking about the crab in the barrel, you oftentimes become the crab. You become the person that's pulling people down. So we gotta change how we thinking. We gotta change our behavior. We gotta blow that up that we are crabs in a barrel pulling people down. Now watch this. Watch this. Stop talking about it and start putting brothers on your shoulders. Watch this. Instead of focusing on the haters, which is the crabs, right? That they are trying to pull you down. See, we always focusing on all the haters, all the crabs, the ones that's trying to pull us down. Let's stop focusing on the negative stuff. We got to blow that negative mindset out of our brain, out of our thinking, out of our behavior, because we look, the minority is the haters. The haters ain't the majority. The haters are the minority. And we look, it's 100 people that out of 100 people, 95, we're all working together, and 5 is giving us all hell, and we all focusing on the 5 and not realizing the 95 is doing all the work. But we're spending all our energy trying to pull the 5 into the fold. Look, we got to purge some people out. Those 5 need to be purged out of the system, out of our thinking. We all ain't gonna make it across. Let the 5 go and let the 95, let us keep working together. Now watch this. Why don't the crabs in the bucket use their claws to hold on to the top and pull each other out? Wow. Instead of taking what you think is negative, right, being inside the barrel, well, we take our claw and we hold on to something positive. We hold on to purpose. We hold on to a plan. We hold on to this idea. We hold on this wealth creation thing that we have. And look, while we generate this wealth, right, we pull people up because we're holding on. And as they're grabbing on us, we're pulling them up. Look, we're pulling them up in wealth creation, generational wealth, economical power, group empowerment. Wow. Watch this. See, it is not about what you are. Even if you're a crab, right? You can be a positive crab, right? It's not about what you are. It's about how you see yourself and the responsibility you have to the people around you. Wow. It's how you look at yourself. You're African-American black man, you're African-American a black woman. It don't matter. You look at yourself. That's what they see, right? But how do you look at yourself? How do you look at your condition? You got to blow that thinking that, just because I'm an African-American, we got to work harder and we got to do that. Well, you know what? We are the best. You don't have to work harder. You just have to work smarter. We got to blow out that. You got to blow some thinking out of the way, out of your mind, right? And I pray y'all share this. This is Ray's Corner, talking some real live stuff today. Down the Lawrence season. This is a season of new thinking, of blowing stuff out of your mind, getting rid of it. When it's blown out, it's not there no more. They're thinking a whole new way. We got to get to the place where we understand that how we define ourselves from the beginning will determine where we are about to end up, where we're able to end up. We need to, watch this. We need to understand how we define ourselves, right, from the beginning. However you define yourself from where you start, right, it will determine where you end up at. If you think you're the best, you're going to end up the best. If you think you're the worst, you're going to end up the worst. If you think you're disadvantaged, you're going to end up disadvantaged. If you think you got problems, you're going to end up with problems. If you think you're not the solution, well, you won't be the solution. You got to understand you're the best. That you're the solution to the problem of the world. That your ideas, right? That your ideas will create generational wealth for your loved ones, for your family, for your communities. We got to blow up this thinking, this behavior, this less than mentality. Where you begin, how do you begin thinking about yourself? How you look at yourself? Don't look at your conditions around you. Look at what's inside of you. That there's something inside of you. There's some greatness inside of you. I'm here to tell you right now that, look, you have the slightest iota of your potential. You can't even fathom your greatness. Look, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the things that entered into your heart. That's right. You haven't seen the great things that you can do. That's right. You haven't heard the great things that you can do. That's right. You ain't been feeling what the great things that you can do. But it's there because you have to walk into it. You have to change your thinking. You have to change your behavior. You have to have a foundation. Change your political awareness that you can change policies and procedures in your cities, in your communities, in your schools, in your church. That's right, in your churches. It's Ray's Corner, coming to you live. It's not live when you get it, but it's a live word that should move and change your life. Because you're the best. We dealt with the B because you're the best. Then we're going to deal with the E, S, and T. I might get with the E today. I might get with the E tomorrow. But look forward to it. I'm going to be out here on YouTube. Ray's Corner on YouTube. You need to start supporting it, subscribing to it. We're getting ready to put together a solution summit in Camden, New Jersey. And it ain't just going to be for Camden, New Jersey. We're going to put together a solution summit that's going to make a pilot program for the whole East Coast. Because we keep talking about crime and poverty. Poverty ain't the issue. I'm trying to tell you, poverty ain't the issue. Killing ain't the issue. Those are symptoms, but they ain't the issue. We're going to show you what the real issue is. Look in the mirror. Blow up some thinking about yourself. Blow up some thinking about your culture. Blow up some thinking about your neighborhood, your community, your city, your family. It's Ray's Corner. Camden, New Jersey's in the house. Love you. Peace out. Holla.